says we're live.
Live.
It didn't even fall.
Wait. Live. Say we're live again.
We're live. I don't know how to tell. Well, it says there's 8 people here. Nobody has said anything yet. Say something in the chat if you can hear me and if everything seems to be working.
I mean, if they can't hear you, they wouldn't know to type. There we go.
You are live.
You are live.
Yay. Okay. There
Good.
might also be like a little delay.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. This is great. This is awesome. Hello, everyone. We are going to be live for 2 hours. We're going to take a 2-hour break, and then we're going to be live for 2 more hours. And we hope that in that time we can entertain you, do some cool giveaways, answer your questions about our project. You can meet more of our authors and just overall have a super fun time.
Where is everybody from? Like, if you want to type in the chat.
Hey, it's Shay.
Hey, it's Shay.
One of our authors is in chat.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Shay is en route back home right now and will be joining us for the second party.
Yes.
But she wasn't able to make it for the first one. But I'd love to know where people are from, especially those of you in the chat, if you want to type in where you are located. We are obviously in Seattle. We do have a map of Seattle right behind us, which is very helpful in locating where we are.
Do you want to show them where in Seattle approximately we are?
Like pointing on the map?
Yeah.
Is it in frame? Let's see. Like, we're in North Seattle, so we're going to be like up here. Yeah,
Nice.
you can kind of see.
Yeah, totally.
We're there. We're in North Seattle.
All right, we've got someone from Maryland.
Ooh, sweet.
That's it so far. Ooh, this one has confetti in it. Check that out.
Nice.
Wisconsin, Victoria, BC. Oh, that's not too far from us.
Victoria.
We got 15 people.
Shay is at the airport. That's logical.
Awesome.
Dedication, Shay.
Yeah. This is the coolest balloon I've
Yeah, I
ever
love the
seen.
splitter balloon.
Oh, we have to blow one of those up so they can see it.
We have 2 people from Germany.
Yes.
That's
nice.
amazing. I hope you guys stick with us, even though I know it's getting late-ish for you guys. Oh, we've got someone from Scotland, Wisconsin, Fort Worth, Texas. This is amazing. See, this is so much better than an in-person book party.
They're international.
We would not get so many people from other countries if we did an in-person party.
From Maine, but watching from Switzerland. What? Nice. So awesome. I love it. Snail Gut says, OMG, I remember you. It's been so long. How are you? I hope that there are people who clicked on this because they followed me at some point and have no idea what I've been working on.
Kristina, do you want to tell them why we're live streaming?
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, I am joined here by some of my fellow writer friends. Maria, come over here and say hello. Because we used our time in the pandemic. This is Maria. This is Katrina. I have no idea, Gary V says. We've used our time in the pandemic to make an indie publishing company, and for the last couple of weeks have been, you're finally coming out with a book. Way to spoil it. We have been kickstarting our first book in a series of anthologies that we're going to be putting out. And we're super excited. And our Kickstarter ends tonight at 8. And so this is our sort of like party to celebrate with all of you about that whole experience.
By 8, you mean in like 6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours left.
Speaking of things that happen at 8.
Oh, yes.
Do we want to talk about these?
Yes.
How can you?
Oops, sorry.
Use on camera, maybe?
Yeah, you go for it.
So these, generically known as water beads, they're the things that they start out all tiny like this, and then they get big like that. Here, do you want to?
Ooh, yeah,
They're kind of weird feeling. Yeah, like that. So here you go.
By putting them in water.
So you have to put them in water, but they gotta have time to expand, right? And so we have 64 ounces of them,
which is Katrina did some rough mathing, and
128,000 tiny beads. Biodegradable. They're fine.
Yeah.
So should we take them out to show them what we're gonna do with them?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There's only 25 people here right now, so these are the 25 people who will be able
to experience.
Yeah, who will be able to say that they were here when. Oh, Carrie B says that's really cool. Enjoy being indies. I'm an indie author too and just celebrated my 7th author anniversary.
Ooh,
That's amazing. Congratulations. Okay, so we have in this little room this pool. Oh, look at the light on it.
Can I block it with my body? There you go.
There, perfect.
Now
Okay.
you can kind of see the pool better.
Okay, so let's see. We want to get some good.
You want an action shot?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We hope we did our math right on this.
Whoa, my gosh.
I definitely want them to feel like they're all over it.
So it's a little anticlimactic doing this part because they're so small. But one of the things that we're going to be doing throughout the stream is coming to check on the progress of our pool. Okay, so that's one.
That's one, yeah.
That just does not look like as many beads as they look like in the
They're-
jar.
I mean, they're very tiny, so
confidence.
128,000 of a tiny thing is still really small.
Yeah. I really enjoy that a few people have joined the stream.
I really hope there are some people who have joined the stream who don't know why Kristina has gone live and also don't know why they're watching me put a bunch of what appear to be colorful sand into a kiddie pool.
Stephen Hayden said, wow, and every book comes with a packet of beads.
You do not want this many of these beads in your house, I promise you.
Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. We'll come back out in an hour.
We should take a picture with
Yeah,
you.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Take a picture.
Cool. That'll be a good thing to post online so people know they want to come be a part of this stream.
Like the one time I wish I didn't have a sky like this right now.
All right, let's go back in. I'm so glad that it's warm out today. We've had
that water's gonna be freezing cold no matter what.
Yeah, we had some not so nice weather after literally 3 months straight of just really hot weather. Oh, we didn't explain why we did that.
I mean, I wasn't planning to explain why we did it before we did it.
Oh, I think that's a thing that's gonna make people want to stick around.
Yeah.
So I think we should explain it.
So the reason there's a kiddie pool full of beads is we are hoping in this final push to get a few more backers in our Kickstarter, or for those who are already backing to maybe consider looking at some of the add-ons, up your pledge a little bit. And for every $500 that we get, another one of the authors has to go in the kiddie pool full of water beads at the end of the party tonight.
Once they've expanded.
So once that whole kiddie pool is all of this size, 128,000 of these guys in a kiddie pool on my porch. Yeah, we'll throw those ones in once we're done.
Carrie B said needs no explanation.
Carrie understands us. And I guess minus however many I put in here. I reserved some in this little jar. There you go. Now you can see how tiny they are. These are so that later on in the stream when we keep talking about a kiddie pool full of beads and they're mid-sized, we can be this is how they started. These tiny ones.
Haley also gets us. I will need to know the bead progress for sure. Well invested now, no explanation required.
How do you throw those out? So what's great is that they are reusable.
Mm-hmm.
So these I did on Thursday, and they're still pretty big. So they stay pretty big even without extra water for a while. But I've had these before, and they will slowly dry out and turn back into these. And a lot of times people use them for flower vases. So it's not just water in the bottom of your flowers, they're sometimes called spa beads because you could soak your feet in them. And they do have a fun, weird texture. Eventually they will break down and then they're biodegradable. They just go down the sink or in the trash or whatever. They're not toxic plastic or anything.
Shay said, wait. I thought we were sacrificing just Steven to the water bead.
Does Shay not know that she is going to have to get into the kiddie pool?
You better not tell her that before she gets here. She won't come.
No, Shay, you definitely don't have to get in the kiddie pool, and you should definitely still come to our house as planned.
Yeah, everything is fine.
It's only the amount of people times $500, right? It's one author for every $500. but we don't know which authors yet.
We're going to draw author names out of a hat.
Mhm.
So, if our Kickstarter ends on a really high note, it could be that we all end up in the waterbead pool. It could end up that just one person ends up in the waterbead pool.
If there is an author that you would specifically like to see get into a kiddie pool full of water beads, then that's a reason to make sure that the Kickstarter earns enough money to guarantee her spot. Haley volunteered.
Hello.
Hey, one of our other authors just showed up.
Oh, wow. I thought I was going to be the last one.
No. We've got some.
Pause for celebration. You guys should.
So we got to pull these up. So we've got some authors that will be coming in the second time, like the second hour. Another one of our authors, Jennifer, is on public transit, and so she will be here when the fates decide.
Yes.
But our author, Stephen Falkins, just showed up. Say hi, Stephen.
How's it going?
So he is here. We were just showing them the kiddie pool. If you want to go check out on the porch, you can see it's full of tiny beads right now.
We've got some questions in here. Let's see. So, Home with My Bookshelf, which is a great username, asked how close are we to book 4 being funded? And that already happened, actually.
Yeah, we are funded through our first 4 books. So when we did our business math on publishing books, $5,000 was sort of the safe amount that it's like, we can definitely publish the book, we can pay for the cover art, do all the printing costs and everything. And so every time we hit another $5,000 beyond our initial goal, we were like, great, that secures another book. If things go well and we sell really well, this first 20,000 might get us even beyond those first 4. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But now we are actually on to looking for book 5.
Yeah.
Which is beyond our wildest dreams of what we were planning with the Kickstarter.
And the nice thing is, with all of the extra sort of success in terms of funding that we've gotten with this Kickstarter, we can look into more things like, running ads and doing more marketing to hopefully get more people to know about the books. And that'll just help us kind of springboard the company to hopefully last a long time. Let's see. Sabra, who, thank you, told me how to pronounce her name. I appreciate that. Asked, will I do more of my NaNoWriMo vlogs in the future? I don't know. I don't know. I know that I posted some things on YouTube recently, which wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. We're currently live on my YouTube channel right now, which is not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I'm going to commit to NaNoWriMo vlogs, but if I were going to do a kind of vlog in the future, that's probably one of the ones that I would do. 2 years ago, I did like Instagram stories instead of a vlog. So I don't know if that was a thing that was satisfactory to people. That I don't know. I'll consider it. And the baby is good.
Baby's great.
He's up with grandma today.
Baby. Quality baby.
Thank you. Let's see what other questions we have. My sister has a bunch of those water beads, found them everywhere throughout the house. So that's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, no, I assume these water beads will be a fixture in my home for the life of my mortgage.
Feeder Nerd said that they back tonight. Thank you for doing that. Stefan said roll for water bead initiative. That's actually a good way to do it.
That
too.
is such a good way. That's a good way to do almost everything that we need to do by chance today.
Yeah.
Because all of my dice are just like right over there.
Perfect. All right, we're doing it. Thank you for the great suggestion.
Can we get some decorating advice from the viewers?
Oh, yeah.
At home? It needs to be lower.
Lower,
right?
lower.
Yeah.
Are we mirrored or?
Is it mirrored?
Yeah. For those watching, is it mirrored just for us, or is it also mirrored for you?
Can you read that?
Yeah. Are the words right side or backwards?
Oh, we can plan on this.
We can read it fine.
Okay, good.
Good. Marimo says, I was just talking about you on Twitter. I really miss your fun, wholesome content. Oh, well, I hope that us jumping in a pool of water beads is the kind of wholesome content you came here to see today.
Speaking of Kristina's fun, wholesome content, you will be very excited to read her stories. I've already gotten to read the ones for the first 2 volumes for Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas, which is our first volume, and The Mistletoe Paradox, which is our second. And there are definitely some fun, wholesome Kristina content.
Which is funny because there has been, in our critiquing sessions for my second story, there was a lot of debate on how much murder there should be in my story.
Kristina had a classic writer issue of, do I need to kill more people or fewer people in my story?
And I won't tell you what we decided on, but somehow my story with not currently the correct amount of murder is still quite wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
Stefan asked, are you trying to start a full business or just keep this a side project? I guess it sort of depends on your definition of full business. I would say yes to both questions. I mean, we all have day jobs, so it's not in any reasonable timeline going to replace any of our day jobs, but it is also a full business.
Yeah, the goal is that we want this to be self-sustaining. So we do not want to have to ask our authors for money to publish their books, and we don't want to have to do a Kickstarter every single time we have a new book. Good job decorating.
Yeah, that looks great. Oh, that looks really good.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna tweet that. You talk about this.
Yeah. So the goal is that the company has enough money that it can continue to publish books for itself, and perhaps even do some more exciting projects, like Kristina was saying. That's not to say that we'd never do a Kickstarter again, but it would be if we were really expanding into something else. And as far as like, for the most part, I guess I can't speak for everybody. A lot of us like our day jobs.
I like mine.
And Steven smiles.
I'm being recorded. Boss, I promise.
So it's not intended, but part of the benefit of doing this as a team, so there's a lot of us working on this together, is that it's not a full-time job for any of us. If one of us was trying to do all of this by ourselves, it would be a full-time job, and there'd be a lot riding on the success of it. Yeah, but because we're splitting up the work, not only through the sort of like 4 primary business people that are doing a lot of like the business side of it, but also just at this point we have 9 authors between the first 2 books for sure. There's at least 2 more maybe that'll be coming in the 3rd book if we can pressure them enough to do it. But having not only those of us who are doing the core business stuff, but the other authors being able to help out with even just a simple stuff as like party planning and researching some fun balloons for us, and
researching some fun balloons,
and just like helping us brainstorm ideas and writing some of the content for our website and things like that. So having a group has really made this more possible than it would have been. Okay.
I gotta go post a picture of that.
Oh yeah, Kristina's got some social mediaing to do. Okay, let's see. Books plural. Yes, books plural. So currently we are over $20,000, which means we will for sure publish 4 books. The first one, Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas, is coming out at the end of September 25th, right?
Yeah.
25th. September 25th. Hey, one of our other authors just got here as well. And then Mistletoe Paradox should be out end of November. So just in time for whichever holiday you want to celebrate. And the 3rd book, hopefully coming out maybe next spring or early summer. We haven't totally decided the timeline yet because we're still finalizing it. And then 4th book after that, if we can really get rolling, our goal is to do 2 a year. We'll see how feasible that is. Are you guys going to be trying to publish other authors too, or are you focused on your writers group, other friends right now? So certainly for the first 4 books, it's just the people already involved in the writers group that we have. And beyond that, we're not sure. It's kind of a big open question because we need to see whether or not, like how well this works, how much work it is, how we would go about getting other authors involved. It's definitely something we've been considering, but we don't know what that would look like until we get a few books sort of on shelves and see how it works.
Okay.
Liz Leo says hi. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Liz is another one of our authors, and has also been doing some help with graphics work. She will be in Mistletoe Paradox for sure. And in our 3rd book, Annabelle. I guess I keep calling it 3rd book. We haven't actually said the title. The 3rd book is What Happened to Annabelle. And so Liz will be on those. She's getting ready for a wedding. Let's see. Whoa. Kristina scribbled a lot.
I didn't mean to. It just happened. Here we go.
Say hi to me, gosh darn it. Liz, I just said hi to you. I was talking about important things. Hold on.
Sorry.
Did we miss anyone?
I don't think so.
We have so many balloons. And
Someone
so
said
few
great
are in
job,
frame.
Maria. Anybody reading anything good? Book Recs to get people inspired for the first release from
Ooh.
Isabella.
Ooh.
Is anyone reading anything good?
I mean, I'm reading something good. It has nothing to do with our first book, but I'm reading a great book right now that I always like talking about.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm reading The House on the Cerulean Sea, which is sort of like a grown-up Miss Peregrine type book, which I have been really enjoying.
I didn't realize how many people were yelling at me to say hi to Liz.
I read one recently that's almost like boys book clubs.
Yeah.
Come tell them about the book that you're reading while
Yeah.
I'm reading the chat.
Mary said the pool is a great idea. I want to donate more. Ask Stephen what my password is.
Yay!
Yeah, so
is that Mary Fulkins?
that is my mom, who was very insistent that I let her know exactly which showtimes I'd be at.
Oh.
And she does have a bit where every time we try to get on Skype, she first asked us if she has Skype and then what her password is. So, and as always, I don't know, Mom. I don't know.
So excited for Mistletoe Paradox.
Tia just finished The House on the Cerulean Sea. It's so good. Read it.
Nice.
It's so good.
Right. I read one recently that was called The Midnight Library, and it actually has nothing to do with boys book clubs except for the fact that it is a library that you go to when you die, which, spoilies, kind of like
a little similar to one of the books you might read. And
I swear, I wrote mine before I even heard of this book.
This is Jennifer. This is one of our other authors. Also, she does all of the design work for our social media and Kickstarter and everywhere that you've seen our cool graphics recently.
All the pretty art.
Yeah.
Nice. Hello.
Should we check where we're at?
Oh yeah, with our the reason we're doing this.
Yeah.
Side note, but I read that book, The House on the Cerulean Sea. So good.
Right?
I love it. TJ Klune is the author. He's
Yes.
amazing. All his books are good.
Yeah, I haven't read any of his other books, but I've heard really good things about them. It's been taking me a while to read this one, but I love it.
It's really good. Okay, we are at 21,000. Oh geez, sorry, it changed as I was reading. $21,398.
Woo! Okay, so we're not quite at the point where anyone has to jump in the pool. So if you guys want to see anyone jump in the waterbead pool, you better tell your friends to back the Kickstarter.
But we are at 423 backers. It's awesome.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Amazing.
I love when it changes right when you're looking at it.
Nanaka asks, will Mistletoe Paradox be for sale as a hardcover later too?
Yes.
Yep.
We don't currently have a plan for all of our books to be hardcovers, but the hardcover was one of the stretch goals, right?
Yeah. It was. But the thing is, we haven't officially decided, but Mistletoe Paradox, the one that you buy on the Kickstarter, is the same as what will be available afterwards. The only difference is the Boys Book Club one that you buy on Kickstarter is super exclusive, has like an extra story in there, has illustrations, all that good stuff.
It's going to be great. Haley said, oh man, the Midnight Library I have on hold at the library, and I'm only 184th in line for it.
So get in there. Yeah.
Almost there. Zach Cohn, our good friend, said if you're interested in libraries where you go when you die, you should check out the sci-fi show, The Magicians.
Yes.
Oh, I like that
I thought
one.
he was going to say the Northgate Library.
Yeah.
Also a fan of that.
Zach also wants to know if there's ivy and blackberries in the pool.
I mean, not yet. You know what? We hit 25,000. I'll put some ivy in the pool.
Before or after we jump in there.
After.
You know what? Not making promises that I can't keep.
Carrie said just donated. I can't wait to read them. I'm so glad you showed up at the stream that you didn't know what it was, Carrie. Jen number 1 said, Jen, tell us about the bus.
Tell us about the bus.
We mentioned that you were on public transit.
Oh yeah, the bus was fine. There was 2 dogs on there, which was amazing. That's all I got.
Allison just upped her pledge. I'd love to see people jump in the pool. Awesome. Okay, Nicholas Weinert asks, where can I find your book at? Do you want to answer that one?
Everywhere.
Well, right now. You can
only find it on Kickstarter. Yeah. After when we publish in September, it will be available pretty much everywhere. So anywhere online, if you go into a bookstore, you should be able to ask for it, and they'll be able to order it. They probably won't have it on the shelves, but who knows? Maybe one day.
But they will if you ask for it.
Yeah. So you should ask.
Become a cult. We'll be like Bukowski. They'll have to keep us behind the glass.
Yeah, exactly. We'll need a special code word to get our books. More importantly, Jen number 1, who I'm thinking is maybe your number 1 fan.
That's gotta be
or another Jen who's very
Yeah, you must be Jen number 2.
had a hard time in high school being Gen H or something.
One of my best friends' name is Jennifer, so maybe she's like asserting dominance.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Well, she said, tell us about the dogs.
I mean, they were real cute. I don't know what to say.
What kind of dogs were they?
Yeah, they smell.
They were like mixed breed ones, just like the generic sweet, cute kind. Short hair.
Okay,
How
yeah.
are they doing the seating on the bus these days? Is everybody like
Everyone's
staggered?
everyone's actually not staggered anymore. It's next to everyone, which was really nerve-wracking. So I put my backpack next to me.
Yeah. Yeah, which I feel like in pre-COVID times would be like super rude, but in post-COVID times,
It's normal and okay.
yeah, give me my space. Carrie heard about the Midnight Library, just finished Mistborn, which I highly recommend if you're a fantasy nerd. Jen is Jen's number 1 fan.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Oh, perfect.
Optanon X Slade said, Kristina Harder is streaming. I missed all of you too. I thought your Kickstarter post about cover design was so interesting. Jennifer actually wrote that.
I'm glad that you liked that. Yeah, it was really fun working with Patrick. Patrick Knowles is his name, the cover designer we work with.
Yeah. Did you say he had done some stuff that people might have heard of? Like he was
he did
big leagues?
Yeah, he did like big league covers, like stuff for like George R. R. Martin and stuff like that. I forget everyone else, but I was really shocked that he worked with us and I was super happy about it.
I can't believe that someone who had worked for George R. R. Martin like is just available to work with people online, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, presumably he's not like a kept retainer.
Right, yeah.
He's like living domestically.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sweet gig.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, every 20 years you have to design one book cover.
Well, for all of us involved in the book cover process, like what were some of like most fun things about book cover design or the things that surprised you? I know for me, I'm like talking on
Space and frame if you want to.
There. I know for me
way back,
the kind of thing that we had to start considering now that we're publishing books that I'd never really thought of before is that every different version of a book is a different book cover, just slightly. So the ebook is not the same as the hardcover is not the same as the paper book back because you have a spine thickness that changes. That's also like determined, means you have to be done with the book before you can finish the cover and everything.
Fun fact, actually, the paperback isn't even the same because we're going through a few different publishers and every single one has different paper width.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's not like the image on the front stays the same. So like when you're a consumer and you're looking at ordering a hardcover or paperback or whatever, they generally look the same. But it comes time to, whoever you hired as your artist to make your book cover, they're like, great, so now I need to add exactly this amount of space for this version and this amount of space for this version. And so they have to give you multiple slightly different iterations, which I didn't think about.
I don't mean to interrupt this, but I have bad news.
Uh-oh.
Good news?
Good news.
Bad news?
Great
Good
news.
Good news? One person is officially jumping in the pool and another person is $25 away from jumping in the pool.
Nice.
That was fast.
Excellent.
So, yep. In $25, 2 people are jumping in the pool.
I hope there are some people on chat who have joined after we explained the pool, and so they super don't know what's going on.
Someone's going in the pool. Haley is on our level. I love it. Let's see. So just how have you all been is a question that we got. Good. I mean, it's been a very weird year and a half for everyone, I think. I think initially probably that's people wondering because they probably haven't seen anything from me on YouTube in 3 years. So I've been good. Bought a house, had a baby.
Been hanging out with us.
Been hanging out with them.
Remotely.
Our writing
Remotely,
yeah. Our writing group. I think we missed like 2 weeks when the pandemic was first starting, and then we were like, should we just like meet on Zoom? And now we've been meeting on Zoom every Monday for over a year, which we all miss our coffee shop, but it's been really nice to like be able to end writing group and just like be in my pajamas and crawl into bed.
I mean, it's actually kind of nice too, because during the beginning of the pandemic, when we were all like really lonely, it was like a really great social outlet. So writing group became really important.
Well, and the other thing too that was sort of like the unexpected tiniest silver lining is one of our authors, Sunny, had actually just moved from Seattle. And so like they had just kind of resigned to like, I'm not really going to be part of the writing group anymore because we met in person every week.
Right.
But because we moved to online not long after that had happened, like they had moved like just a few months before.
Right.
It's like, well, I mean, we're on Zoom and you can be on Zoom. And so like they've been able to stay a lot more present in our writing group. And the same thing with Rachel, who actually joined since we've been remote because she lives in California normally.
Yeah.
And so we've even talked about like, when it gets to the point where we could meet in person again, like we definitely want to, we super miss that, but we're also probably going to try to preserve some amount of online writing group as well, because we've got friends who are further away and we want them to be able to stay involved.
Yeah. Barrow C, I think that's Colin Barrow, a longtime follower of my videos, asks, have any of the authors already been published, or will the first anthology be everyone's debut publication?
Shay.
Yeah. I think Shay was published.
Yeah, Shay has a few published things. I don't have any fiction novels published, but I have done some freelance writing through Onyx Path, which is an RPG company. So I have some writing in Vampire the Masquerade and another one that's coming out in the future. But this would be my first like debut original like novel fiction thing. Does anyone else have anything?
Didn't Rachel?
Yeah, that's a secret, though. No, that's okay.
Nothing. I will say.
Usually secrets are saved with me because I forget. Sometimes I forget halfway.
You've forgotten the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
Also, one of my favorite things about so Shay was part of a horror anthology before. Like so she's been part of a short story anthology before. And not too long ago, she sent us a link, and so we could read some of the reviews. And my favorite is there's a negative review for the anthology that is from someone who's like, the review is something like, it was weird. It's like the first several pages were one thing, and then it just ended, and then it was a totally different story. So like they didn't understand that they had bought a short story collection, and so they were giving it a negative review because it wasn't a novel.
I should clarify that.
Yeah. So yeah, for anyone buying the book, it's not a novel. It's a series of short stories. All of us wrote a different story. They're not connected.
Yeah, they're vaguely connected.
There's some little sort of Easter egg type things we put in where we shared some names. There's at least one product that is canonically existing in multiple universes.
And all subsequent, probably.
Yeah. It's like, but otherwise they do exist in like totally different spaces. Some of them in different times and things. So yeah.
So Haley said, I'm upping my backing now, 2 people in the pool, but we are still $3 away from 2 people going in the pool. $3. So.
Also, I just realized we never actually mentioned much about the stories. So these stories in boys book clubs are actually quite long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's a serious book, guys.
Oh yeah. Approximately how?
It's about 50 pages for each one. They're about 10,000 words for any people that
Yeah.
do nano. So
Yeah, in total it's over 300 pages.
yeah, it's about 350 pages.
It's a big one.
Carrie said, I think this is from earlier, looking at book covers or working with a designer to make a custom cover is my favorite part of the publishing process.
Yeah, it's a lot of
That's
fun.
even fun.
It's super cool.
That's the part that makes it feel real.
Yeah, once we get the final cover, I was like,
I was really hoping we'd have one of those Amazon, stock photo, romantic couples. It's the same people in grayscale.
I was really hoping we'd have a proof copy. I just ordered it today, so it's coming next Friday.
that's exciting.
Zach saying, what? I'm canceling my pledge after I said that this is a series of short stories and not a novel.
I'm down to read a serious book. Not serious as in like it's not silly.
Oh, it's definitely.
It's just a serious book.
That was probably the wrong word to use.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
nothing serious.
there's plenty of seriousness in the scale of the book, but plenty of silliness in the content of the book.
Yes.
The title itself, I mean, it came from a YA book title generator, so there's definitely a bit of a like YA vibe to this first book, certainly more than I think a lot of us typically write. Except for this one.
And Shay.
That's true. Shay also writes a lot of YA, but like, I don't know. I I would struggle to say that Maria's is exactly YA for this
I
one.
tried, okay, guys. I did my best.
I like that though. It's nice that it's not like they're not all sort of strict in one genre. That's part of what's cool.
2 people are going in the pool.
Yes,
Ah.
nice.
I'd say all the stories would be appealing to people who read YA.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
Even if they aren't YA themselves.
Yeah, some of the main characters are, you know, adults or whatever, but they're all like written in a friendly, approachable way, I would say.
Yeah.
I like this question. Isabella asked, do you think it will be strange or exciting to hear a different voice in the audiobook than maybe what you imagine the character to sound like in your head?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the audiobook so much because I've never heard anyone read my story before. It's so exciting.
I heard my husband read mine. It was horrible. So I'm really excited to hear it done well.
For those of you who were Job Hunters fans back in the day, the actress who played Paige is one of the audiobook narrators, which I am very excited about. And I think she's going to do a great job.
Yeah.
But it will be different because I'm sure
Yeah.
she'll read things in a different way than I,
Mhm.
you know, read it to myself in my head.
we
we
have
have 2 narrators.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so because we have some of the stories definitely have more of a like point of view character that is sort of more feminine versus more masculine. We really like the idea of having 2 audiobook narrators so we could have more feminine voice and more masculine. So the other audiobook narrator is Drew Barth, who if you search Drew Barth Dry Bar on YouTube, just like keep that tab open and, you know, watch it during the intermission. He's got a great comedy special. But he has done work in radio. He's a really funny comedian. And he's just got such a great, like, audio voice. Like, he's just, he's like, it's amazing. I'm super excited. He's going to be reading my story and Steven's story and Sunny's story. And then I want to call her Paige. Megan is going to read the other one. So
Yeah.
You'll hear both voices in the audiobook, which I'm excited about.
We're going to get to be in the recording booth yelling at them that they're doing it wrong.
Oh man, that'd be fun.
Seeing some love for Job Hunters in the chat. I'm excited.
Yay. Oh, that was a lifetime ago. Okay, Allison said she's down to read the book, silly or serious.
Oh, excellent.
Also, I just want to make sure we call out Stefan, who said, love a stock photo. I used to work for Shutterstock, which is so cool.
Wow, the presence of royalty.
Right?
If only we had some image to express that.
And also to answer Shay's question, for those of you who weren't here earlier, Shay in the chat is actually one of our authors, and she will join us for the second party later. She's on her way home right now. But yes, you will certainly get to rant about K-pop a little bit during the second chat because her boys book club story was actually inspired by a music video.
No more spoilers though. That's her story to tell.
Yeah. So she'll get to tell you all about that later.
Well, let's see what's next on the. So
the computer.
this was sort of like our Q&A section. So if you guys have more Q's that you want to you can do that now. And then I think we are going to do some bookish would you rathers that are kind of inspired by our stories. So that'll be fun.
Well, these are. Okay, would you rather?
We have some backup questions if you guys don't have questions, but I'm sure you have questions.
First of all, has anyone in the chat joined us since we explained the pool?
I think a few people have.
Sorry, what was the question?
I'm asking the chat if anyone's joined us since we explained the pool because we keep talking about people jumping in the pool and we haven't shown it in a while.
It sounds pretty self-explanatory.
Well,
if they don't know that we have a special.
I think it sounds like something very different than what it's going
Yeah.
For those who may have not been joining us, if you've never heard of water beads before, they start out like this. And that's like deceptively big when I put them that close to the camera. Like this is how big they are, right?
They're sprinkles.
They're like
Yeah.
sprinkles.
They're like, yeah.
You put them in the water. Oh god, this one's running away. Okay. And then 5 to 6 hours later, they are this size. Yeah, there we go.
Do the
YouTuber
Yeah.
style.
There
Yeah.
we go.
And we have a kiddie pool on my porch that is full of 128,000 of these. And for every $500 we make during the parties today, another author has to jump inside, and we will determine which authors by random chance during the second party. So if you have any authors that you would specifically like to see have to jump in the pool, that just means we need to get more money for the Kickstarter so that we guarantee more author slots.
There are 5 hours to go, and we are just past $22,000, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Do we want to go do a quick pool check, and then we can come back and answer some of these
I
questions?
see some questions from people. So let's show you. We'll show you the update on the status of the pool. My guess is it still probably looks like tiny bees.
Even when I went out to take a picture recently, they were a little bigger. Okay, here we go. I need to not trip and die. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is already.
And my skylight has moved. So.
Oh, yeah. There are things happening. Check this out. Okay. Do you want to ooh, they are so weird looking. They're they look fuzzy.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. If you
Stick your. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
So they're at this level right now. Oh, wow. They're okay, I do not know if we can get this on camera, but they're what do you even call this? They're little, they're nuclei.
Yeah.
They're little bulbous collections of balls.
It's very weird.
It's hard to show. I don't know if I can even hold one very close if you can see, but they are extremely weird to look at and touch. They definitely look like there's just some sort of weird fungus growing in this kiddie pool. I was not expecting to look quite that gross, but they have totally covered the bottom now, which is awesome.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very excited
It was
about that.
really patchy when we first put them in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be
That's
back
super cool.
for you later, pool.
Yeah.
Let's go back inside. Guys, they look real weird.
Yeah. They're super weird.
Okay. Okay. Q&A. Does anyone else want to get
situation?
Yeah, you sit
closer?
on the floor. I'll sit behind you. Unless, Stephen, do you want to sit on the couch? Do you want to change it up?
I'm
Do you like
happy
being
here
center
for
back?
that. Also, this has wheels.
Yeah.
so-
I feel like it makes most sense that Stephen is constantly able to upstage us literally if needed. So
All right. So, how did you form your group?
Oh, that's your story to tell.
I guess. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze though. So
okay,
someone.
I will tell it then. So several years ago, local 2015, a sort of local writing organization was hosting writing workshops occasionally, and they wanted to host one for Nano. And they asked Kristina to sort of lead it.
And I don't know that I've ever actually mentioned this in any of the posts where I've talked about this, but I had signed up for one that they had done.
we'd done one before.
We had done one by the same company the year before, and then the year after. And it was funny because I kept kind of joking, not in the class, but to Katrina. I was like, I could teach this class. And then the next year they asked me to.
Yeah. And so that year, Kristina ran the workshop, and I attended along with some friends of ours. And then several of us, going through the Nano workshop is definitely a little bit of a trial by fire too. So you don't end the workshop with as many people as you started. Day one, you have a lot of people at the workshop, and by the end of the month, they're not all there. And those that are there were this was really cool, meeting at this coffee shop with other writers, having some time dedicated to writing. And actually, originally, we were only meeting once every month.
Oh, yeah.
It was just once a
that.
month. And then the following Nano, we were well, we got to up it during Nano, so we met once a week. And then we just kept meeting once a week.
Yeah.
How many years was it before the next member joined?
It kind of came and went.
Yeah.
It came and went. And even we literally even picked up at least one member at the coffee shop for a while.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
there was a guy who just kind of overheard us talking about writing, and he's like, "You guys a writing group?" And we're like, "Yeah, sit with us."
And he was just there enough nights, the same night.
Yeah.
He was like, "Can I just hang with you guys?"
Yeah, it's just we don't know him for any other reason except that we told him this is when and where we meet. So and we're pretty much always here. And so he jumped in for a while, and then we'd invite other friends. For a while, it was almost just me and Kristina, which was difficult, but like because we had each other, we were able to stick it out.
Mhm.
And then we were able to get in some more steady members after that, especially like when Shay joined.
And Steven, I feel like became one of those. Almost
we're-
always there.
We're like very steady members. And I think that's for anyone like wanting to start a writing group, like that's what's key, is feeling like there's enough other people to rely on, that you don't have to check in every week to be like, so are we doing, are we not? Because invariably people are going to be like, oh, I'm kind of busy, I'm sort of tired, I'm feeling sick,
I
whatever.
did kind of like those check-ins though, because they were always in GIF form.
Yeah. For a while it was like, is anyone coming? And it was just responding with like
Affirmative
different
gifts.
memes. Yeah. But now it's to the point where it's like, I mean, right now it's on Zoom. But we don't ask if we're meeting.
It just
For writing
happens.
group, it
we know
happens.
Because there's always anywhere from 4 to 9 people there.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm one of the most recent members because
Yeah, probably. You
So-
and Sunny, and then I guess
Yes.
Rachel.
Sunny and I
Yeah.
were MLs with NaNoWriMo. That's how we met Kristina. She joined up and became an ML. So I met her.
Mhm.
And then I showed up at her writing group to talk about NaNoWriMo ML stuff. And then I decided to stay because I liked the vibe, which is actually, for me, with writing group is really important because I've been in writing groups before that I really loved, but then I've also been in ones that I felt were not great, like environments where I felt safe talking about my writing or anything like that. So this one was really cool. Everyone was really awesome. And like, yeah, good job, you guys.
Thanks. I feel like someone telling you that your vibe is good. Your vibe.
Vibe check pass.
It's hard to quantify it too. It's just a feeling.
Yeah, totally. What was, let's see, there was a few more. Colin asked, how surprised were you by how quickly the Kickstarter was funded?
Oh my gosh,
that was a day, you guys.
like we knew we'd do pretty good because Kristina is pretty popular, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean,
but-
yeah, and it was funny because when we were first started, like, I don't know, it was hard for me to talk about this in a way that was like comfortable because like when we first started talking about doing a Kickstarter, I remember like Maria in particular was very like skeptical and nervous, and I was like, guys, we can raise $5,000. Like, I believe that we can do that. Like, I know I haven't made videos in a while, but like, I think even with friends and family, I think 5,000 is like a really reasonable goal, and we'll probably hit more. And then when it happened like that, I was like, whew, okay, I'm glad I didn't lie to them.
Because it's like originally when we set our goal and we were planning, we're like, yeah, we can definitely do this. We can do 5,000. But when you are planning a Kickstarter, you plan it with the idea that like you're going to have to spend the whole Kickstarter going towards your goal. And so all of our planning and all of our like marketing and our stretch goals and everything were sort of based around this idea that like we really have to work to get that first $5,000.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, just in that first day before we even went to sleep.
literally, it was 9 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we had our
It was-
first 1,000 in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was so
It
happy.
was like poor Jennifer. Like we had plans. Like we had plans for like marketing assets and like, you know, updating the like you've unlocked the stretch goal graphic, but we hadn't like done that stuff ahead of time because we thought we'd have time. And like poor Jennifer probably spent like a solid 40 hours in Photoshop this week
more than
or
that.
this last.
It's
this
been a
yeah.
lot. It's a learning experience. Definitely plan for the for that stuff to happen before it happens.
Yes, So I mean, I knew that we would very likely hit our goal because I know that like despite not being active online as much, I know that I have a lot of people like you who are really great who would probably want to support it. I'd never in a million years thought it would do what it did.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, we all have like family and friends who are like really supporting us too. So like, I really did believe in us, but it was an outstanding.
But I definitely didn't believe in us
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah, I
I thought it was going to
So-
take a week to get that first one
I
or
mean,
something.
look, for reference, we did think about stretch goals before the fact. We only ever thought like definitely gonna probably happen up to like 10K maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were
And we
solid
had like
on our
high hopes for 20K, but like
yeah.
it was like way out there. We never thought anything.
For the
cool.
first couple of days, we had like emergency meetings each
Yeah.
night to be like, okay, crap, like we're gonna hit this now. We don't know what we're doing. We need to announce something. We don't have backer updates ready. Like,
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
overwhelming in the best way.
Yes.
The perfect problem. to have.
The perfect kind of problem to have. I like this question. Haley asked, can we have a rundown of the authors involved and what their usual genres are? So we can talk about the other authors later, but we can maybe at least just go through ours and like what kind of things.
Let's start in the back and round up.
Perfect.
All right, hey everybody, I'm Steven, and I usually just write humor in whatever way I can sneak past people. I'm a big fan of genre fiction, so it'll usually just be just a short, simple conceit, just to have a little bit of fun, and that's what we're gonna get in this.
Yeah.
Stephen and I actually both used to write in a sketch comedy group too.
That's right.
So he's done a lot of sketch
I put
comedy
that in my
stuff.
bio for this, and then forgot.
Maria, you want to go?
Oh yeah, sure. Hello, I am Maria. I don't even know what I write. I write like mystery and fantasy, and usually people dying or ghosts, like any sort of amount of creatures dying. Yeah.
I'm Katrina, and I write one thing in every genre. Is what I've discovered. Like sometimes I feel it's like I've got like one good idea for this type of story, and then I write it, and then I'm like, great, now I'm going to go write something else. I've also done a lot of like semi-autobiographical or autobiographical like nonfiction writing. So like I've done a lot of blogging before. I wrote a book that I'm still considering querying for like traditional publishing. But I don't know, maybe if we get big enough, we'll just publish it through 84th Street.
Yeah.
All that money.
Yeah.
Or share all that money you make with us.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I wrote. And then for these first two, it's like, this is actually, Boys Book Clubs is probably the first YA fiction I've ever written before. Possibly the only, I don't know. We'll see what the other stories holds.
Well done, Katrina.
Right.
Let me scoot into frame. Hello. So I'm Jennifer Swaggart. So I mostly write fantasy or sci-fi, pretty heavy sci-fi or fantasy, but also a lot of like romance because I can't help it. So I'll be writing like a very heavy, intense like travel through different planets and then people will be kissing. So that's what I do.
The best kind of traveling through planets. And I'm Kristina. Most of you probably know me, but for those of you who don't, this is my YouTube channel. I tend to write mostly YA. I have delved a little bit into middle grade and new adult. And I tend to write contemporary, or I don't really like calling it paranormal. I actually heard it referred to as low fantasy recently, which I'd never actually heard that term.
I like that term.
But like fantasy that takes place on Earth in like our world and sort of like modern present day.
Urban fantasy is another one.
Yeah,
urban fantasy is kind of a good descriptor of what Kristina's been writing lately.
I tend to write things with ghosts or zombies or like,
but like happening to people that are otherwise ordinary teenagers who live in modern day. Like that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also known as the only people who still read.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's see what else. Nicholas said that they are new to my channel. Welcome. Alternate question: what's your favorite book ever? Let's maybe save that one. We can all think about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I need time.
Yeah, I need time to think about that.
I don't
Really.
My number one fan asked me whether or not I would choose Heathcliff the man or Heathcliff the cat. Those are great options. I'm gonna go with the cat.
Have you seen? There's some Twitter account that basically just collects, like presumably it's a daily. It's still being produced daily. So sometimes they will just not have any idea. Like there'll just be a gorilla walking down the street, and like the apes are back again. It's like they just.
I have not seen this.
I might maybe thinking of a different cartoon cat, but I think it's Heathcliff.
I don't know.
You might be right.
Isabel asked if the live streams are going to be recorded for viewing later. Yes, these will live on my channel in perpetuity, so you can come back and relive all of the fun that we have today any day in the future. What was the prompt for Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas? That was the prompt, actually, the title. It was basically everyone write a story with that title.
Yeah,
and that was pretty much it.
It came from one of those Facebook meme, like choose your own YA book title, and it's like the month you were born, the first letter of your first name and the color shirt you're wearing. And so some friends of ours, we were just kind of playing around with that and saying like, what are YA book titles? And then we looked at the thing and we're like, well, obviously the best title anyone could get from this chart is Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas. And a bunch of us were like, I could write a story on that right now.
And so we did.
And so we did. And so like the prompt for this one was essentially write a story where the title could be Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas. Probably my favorite thing that came out of that was two of our authors interpreting that prompt as Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas. So like move the apostrophe over to the other side of the S so they're the book clubs that belong to the boys instead of a group of boys and some book clubs and some other bad ideas. So two of the stories in our book go more in that direction, which is fun and kind of to me, it's like very telling of what's fun about the Monday Night Anthology idea of a bunch of different takes on the same prompt, because like we went and like there's some themes and some things that carry through stories, but some of us just went in wildly different directions. Yeah. And hearing seeing the different ways that people responded is really cool.
Yeah, totally agree. I also saw another question that I want to address because it's very important. Haley wants to know if the candle add-ons are all gone or only for specific pledges because she can't find them. Maria, do you want to explain how to find the candles?
Yeah, you should be able to put them onto any pledge, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Unless it has to be a physical only pledge. That's the only part I wasn't positive about. But basically, if you go to the Kickstarter, if you managed your pledge, you can do that. Either there's a button at the top or just by clicking on your pledge already. You basically have to reconfirm your pledge, and then you should be able to see all the add-ons that we have. And we have, the candles are definitely not sold out.
Yeah,
there's no limit.
We will make more candles.
Yes, there's always more candles.
I mean Shay will make more candles.
That is all Shay.
So yeah, if by any chance it is something where it's like it might be that you need to have backed at a physical level. Like if you only did the ebook, I could see them saying that you can't do add-ons. If that's the case, we will find a way for you to buy a candle separate from the Kickstarter. I promise. That will definitely be available to you.
Shay has a whole website.
I mean, honestly, what I'm saying is that Shay's probably going to give you an option to buy it through her website, which if you haven't checked it out, it's just Wax Lab Candle.
If you Google,
Wax Lab Candle Company, just Google it.
Yeah. Tia said, with a group of so many authors, I feel like 5,000 was pretty conservative, even if Kristina didn't have an audience, which is fair. But we wanted to ask for exactly what we needed. We weren't looking to like make a profit. We were like, how much is it going to cost us to do this project? So we asked for that much, hoping it would do better, and it did. So yeah. Let's see. Carrie agrees. Sounds like urban fantasy. Let's see what else we got. Been a fan since the beginning of Five Awesome Girls. So glad to see you doing so well. Thank you. Also, Haley said, I found Kristina in the early Five Awesome Girls days. Oh, I was curious what she was up to, had a peek at her channel, and the video for the Kickstarter had been posted exactly that day.
Nice.
That's amazing.
It was like your Kristina senses were tingling.
Yeah.
Kevin Mason wants to know how everyone's doing today.
Solid.
Yeah. No, I'm doing great.
I was told I might have to jump into a pool.
Yeah.
Not too excited.
Apparently,
I'm not
actually warned him about that.
Yeah. Well, two of us are definitely doing it.
I was told that someone would be jumping into a pool.
Yeah. Yeah, and it might be you.
I might mysteriously disappear at that moment.
Yeah. I told Stephen to bring a change of clothes.
Wish I did.
So
you should have known, really.
I did. But the way it was explained to me as I was coming in, we were apparently live, was every $500 someone would jump in.
Yeah.
As in, every time the line was reached, someone asked, "All right."
No, we're not.
Okay.
No. We did discuss that option, but we felt like that was gonna
only brought one change of clothes.
Yeah. First of all, that would be rather disruptive to us trying to stream, and also it takes 6 hours for the beads to grow. Okay. Though it would be weird to have to jump in the pool with the beads as they are right now, because they are weird looking right now. Yeah. But I think it's going to be more fun when they're full size.
Jennifer just confirmed that at any pledge level you can add the candles.
Starting with the ebook, you just select the pledge you want, and then it'll say customize your reward with optional add-ons. and you can choose those.
Yeah, we're kind of jumping all around here because the chat is a little bit delayed. But Tia said, "I love that this is about the prompt. One sounds very girly or queer, while the other is more if the Hardy Boys were a book club. So it really is going to have a lot of variety, and I hope you feel that way when you read it." Marimo said, "It's very early in Tokyo, so I have to go soon. It's so lovely to see you on YouTube again. I've missed your content." Oh, thank you. And I hope you like reading our stories. You've probably already left, but if you ever come back and watch this, we said goodbye to you.
What time is it in Tokyo?
I love that we have a viewer from Tokyo.
Right? Yeah, it's
Awesome.
great. Shay has confirmed that she will make more candles. I wish Kevin Mason said, "I wish Kickstarter add-ons were available in the original perk purchase. They are hard to find on every Kickstarter." Yeah, we know it's kind of just one of the limitations of the tool. We didn't know if we were going to be making candles because we didn't know what like level we were going to hit with the Kickstarter. So it was just the easiest way to do it. But I apologize if it's been confusing for anyone. Let's see.
My dad definitely also told me that, even though he is a software engineer and should know better.
I do know that at the end of every Kickstarter, when you go in to confirm receiving your your reward, they do prompt you again to add add-ons. So you will have another chance.
That's if they're already available, I imagine, right?
If the add-ons are available?
Like if someone pledged before, we were thought of the add-on.
Well, this is at the end. This is after.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
When
as long
they
as
send,
they
like, the
pledge
back-
anything,
Yeah.
So
they will get
even
the
after
option.
today, they can still give us more money through Kickstarter.
Through add-ons.
Yep.
Definitely.
Technically.
No one will jump in the pool.
But no one will
for
jump
that.
in the pool for that.
But-
so.
That, I mean,
That's actually the best
That
case
pool-
scenario.
put some chlorine in there. You can keep that pool for a while.
That's true.
I mean, based on the fact that I took those beads out of the water, do you want to hold up the sample beads, the big ones? I took these beads out of the water more than 24 hours ago, and they are still full size. So that pool will be there for a while. I would also like to point out that just now, my boyfriend, who's off screen, I saw him look out the window to the pool and just grin and nod and then walk away. So I imagine it looks great right now.
Haley said that she has a paperback pledge for the first 2 books, but couldn't see the Kindle option. That shouldn't be the case. Maybe take a look again, but we can, I don't know, we'll look.
Refreshing.
Yeah, refresh it maybe? I don't know. Kevin Mason said, "Miss seeing you at PAX and LeakyCon events, Kristina. Super proud of you. Hopefully getting my paycheck in soon and plan on backing the project."
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't been to PAX or LeakyCon just basically due to the pandemic recently. So I guess I'll probably still be going to those types of events in the future. So hopefully see you at them in the future. Must be an issue on my end with the candles then, probably because I'm Canadian. That's usually the case. Are we offering the candles internationally?
That's a good
That
one.
might
no,
be-
we're not.
Oh,
We
sorry.
But you
forgot about that. I'm sorry.
we can. You'd still probably be able to order through Shay's
Yes.
website.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure it probably won't be something until after the Kickstarter, and once she's able to make, because once the Kickstarter ends, then we can actually give her a number of here's how many candles we are on the hook for, and she can make those and then also put them on on her website. And when they're available there, we will definitely our newsletter. So make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter if you're not already.
Oh yeah.
We'll definitely say something in the newsletter that's hey, if you missed your chance to get candles during the Kickstarter, they are available to purchase directly from Wax Lab Candle Company, where you can also purchase a number of other fine candles. And since Shay's not here, one of our favorite things to do while she's not around is promote her candle business.
She is in the chat. So she's just
in the
probably
chat,
groaning.
So she's gonna hear us, but she is amazing at figuring out a smell that matches an experience or an idea. So her candle company normally makes a lot of fandom and kind of geeky candle inspired things. So I've got some K-pop candles and a Wonder Woman candle, and some Sailor Moon candles.
Mhm.
They're so good.
And it's
My Little Pony.
yeah, it's you open the candle and you're this does smell like how I feel about Wonder Woman. It's it's so good. And so since she's obviously well versed with all the stories in the books, she was able to create these custom scents that really match the vibe of the books that we're producing. So I'm very excited about the candles. We've gotten to smell them already. I think she's actually bringing some sample ones to the second stream. So later on today,
If you're able to come to the other stream, I think we'll have some of those on camera.
Yeah. A viewer from Norway is heading out. See you later. Norway, though. That's
Norway!
amazing.
So cool.
Awesome.
We have a lot of.
I love this Svalbard.
Hmm?
Svalbard.
Oh.
A place in Norway I want to visit. Even Norway.
How do we subscribe to your newsletter? You know what? I think that I can do a thing where I can pin a message. So I am going to get the link real quick. I'm going to put it and the Kickstarter.
I love that what everyone's seeing right now is the image of what Kristina looks like when she's working on her computer.
Yeah, that's what we see all the time.
I think that's the Kickstarter link rather than the newsletter link.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I wanted to do both, actually. Copy.
Let's use the packing tape because that'll be more sturdy.
Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I'm going to just go ahead and remove that. Okay. Sign up for our newsletter
We'll do it faster than you probably.
at
geez.
the
It's like
Kickstarter.
the whole situation.
Okay, that will be at the top of the chat now, so people have all the links that they need. Are we still decorating back here? Is that what's going on?
Twisting.
Okay, here we go. Pin message.
And
There we
spell the
go.
word and. Got it. Okay.
Okay, so now the link for the Kickstarter and the link for the newsletter are up at the top of the chat or wherever it shows up for you guys. So you should sign up.
Maria, how did you buy the most complicated sign?
Wait, did it fall?
I felt it because you have to like thread them. We have to respell the word.
You know, let's just make a little like knot at the end. And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys a better view of what's happening over here.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
At a time.
Well, it seems like we're slowing down on Q&A, so we might take this time to transition into some would you rathers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Once we get the banner back up, then we can do some would you rathers. And I'm gonna maybe let someone else lead this because I am out of water and I need some water.
Okay.
Who wants to do it?
Okay, here's your tape.
Do we have the ones we finalized?
Yeah,
Ready
and
to
then
go?
actually, so we have, so we're gonna do these in this order. We
Okay.
have some would you rathers, but I'm also going to be putting, I have them all queued up on Twitter. I'm gonna be putting a Twitter poll out, so you can actually go vote on our Twitter as well, or you can just put your answer in the chat, whichever works. But let me pull up our Twitter.
Yeah, if you're not following 84th Street on Twitter, now's an excellent opportunity.
We're at 84th Street Press.
Okay, look at all these.
That's amazing.
Kristina went through the arduous process of hand typing all of our would you rather polls into Twitter earlier because you can't do the polls on desktop. You have to do it on mobile. So.
Haley is super excited about Shay's Fallout candles.
She made some amazing Fallout candles.
Those nano candles are so good. I
Yeah.
hope they come back this year.
I actually lit one of my nano candles last night because I wanted like a different scent in my office, and I was telling her that like the scent memory of nano was so strong that I was like, I should not have this candle lit right now. This is this is an inappropriate time because I'm not trying to write. I was just like hanging out, and I'm like, nope, I can't. I never again. Those are November only candles for me now.
My number one favorite candle from Shay is I Ship It.
Me too.
Yeah.
It smells so
That's the best. That's
good.
That's my signature scent at home. I have
also
that
like
one.
The second breakfast one. It's
Shay.
very nice.
Ultraviolet is my other favorite.
Shay, can you post a link in the chat? Someone's asking for it.
Yeah,
She might also be on a plane.
it's also
Oh,
possible
Maybe
she's on
we
a
should
plane.
post it since she may be on a plane.
She's not on a plane. She's almost home. She has been very active in chat.
Oh, I think they already landed by the time we
Yeah,
started.
she's
So I think
almost home.
she's just been like in the airport and driving home, and then she has to drive here later. So that's why she won't be here till the second stream.
All right. Well,
Okay.
do you guys want to start our Would You Rather?
Yeah.
So
What we
we're
got?
going to discuss the answers on stream, but we also want you guys to give us your answers in chat, or you can go vote on the Twitter poll on Twitter.
All right. So here's our first one. Would you rather only ever read or only ever write?
All right. Posted. First one.
Only ever read or only ever write.
Does that include like writing like just notes? Like, oh, go pick up milk, please? Or is that like any kind of?
I think it's
writing?
any writing.
Well, so no, if it's any writing, it also has to be any reading. So that like I feel like there has to be some leeway where it's like you can still read stop signs, you can still write grocery lists.
Yeah, I think
Like
books.
I don't think you can write grocery lists.
That's gonna be a tough world to live in.
No,
Then
guys.
I definitely need to only read. I still need to be able to read things.
I need to be able to. If we're talking about you can't read stop signs, then yeah, I need to be able to.
Yeah, it's like you are
That's
straight
why
up
they make them
illiterate.
shapes.
That's true. Yeah, you're straight up illiterate. Or
But if you're straight
or you
illiterate,
can
how
only
write?
read your own writing, I guess.
yeah, or the old
That's gonna be a
exactly.
weird experience if you can't read your own writing, but
But
you're
if-
still writing.
That's true.
Okay. I would like to pose this as a question that's like you can only ever read or write when it comes to like more serious things like
Yeah,
books. Like you
Or
can
stories.
so it's like you
For
can
like pleasure then.
yeah, you can still read and write in like a general way, but either you can never really write anything creative yourself beyond just like necessities, and you can never like read a book or read any sort of fiction for fun.
Or nonfiction, if that's
Yeah.
what you like.
In that case, honestly, I'd probably take writing.
Ooh.
It's hard. 'cause-
I feel like I'd have to take. Ah, man, that's hard.
I'm gonna go with reading because there are so many people with like so many amazing and important
Yeah.
things to say that I like need to know it.
Yeah,
You know?
and I feel like if you're a writer but you can't read anymore, you're not going to grow as a writer as much. Like you're
That's
going to be
also
like you're going to be like a stunted writer, or you could just like read all the great books in the world. Like I'd probably.
Alternatively, sometimes you just write for yourself.
The main reason that I feel like I still wanted to be able to write is that sometimes like that's how I like process things.
Yeah.
I had a friend who's a writer who was like, I don't know what I think until I write it. And I definitely have experienced that before, where it's like in writing something out is when I can actually figure out how I feel about something.
That happens to me. Carrie here says definitely writing because it's like breathing for them. So like
Yeah.
yeah, for some people it is like very important.
Oh,
And,
it's
and,
so
I,
tough.
and I know that if I wasn't able to read, I'd definitely become a worse writer. But I guess maybe I'll take being a bad writer over never getting to write again.
It's such a hard question because I think both would be like a half life for me.
Yeah,
You know?
this is very upsetting.
Yeah, why did
Yeah.
would you rather?
Yeah, who wrote this one?
I'm sorry, I thought it was gonna be at the end.
I mean, it's pretty good, but it's funny. Have you posted that to Twitter?
Yes.
Cool. Should we move on to our second one, or do we want to take a quick break for you to grab
Did
water?
anybody else?
Here, let me get the second one posted, and then I'll go get water.
Okay. So the second one is
Yep.
that.
Okay. Tweet.
All right.
Okay.
You guys ready for number 2?
You guys can take it from here.
All right. So would you rather be locked in school all night with your crush or with your best friend? I feel like that depends on whether or not my crush has reciprocal feelings or if this crush is like,
That's
you're a
what makes it
weirdo.
fun,
I was
though.
gonna say it's like this like a high ceiling, low floor situation where like if I'm locked in school with my best friend overnight, like that's gonna be great. I'm gonna have an awesome time. That sounds like a lot of fun. If I get locked into school with my crush overnight, it's either gonna be really great or really terrible.
Yeah.
Well, what you have to do if you're locked in with your crush overnight is very slowly move towards any sort of resolution. So it's at the
It's
or
the very end.
do it immediately so that then your experience together is recovering
No.
from that.
No, I definitely vote just no communication whatsoever. So
Well,
that-
then
You just run
Okay.
opposite
Run
sides
from
of
it
the
all night.
that's a different that's a horror genre.
Yeah, that's an interesting,
Oh,
I think.
oops.
You're behind a row of lockers and someone with kissy lips is coming down the hallway in the dark.
I do like Steven's notion of like if you're locked into school overnight with your crush and on the assumption they don't know you have a crush on them, or at least you don't know that they know, it's like you either need to get this over with right away or you need to build so that it's the very last thing that happens. Because
So
the
get out right
last
after.
thing you want is to like confess your feelings at like midnight
When
and
you were
still
having good vibes.
yeah, when you were like you're feeling this great, and then they're like
no, actually, I don't feel that way about you. And it's like, well, now we're just trapped in the school awkwardly for the rest of the night.
But if you do it at the beginning, it's like
Then you get the rest of the night to kind of like reform a
trick them and
relationship.
change their mind.
If it's not obvious, some of these questions, well, literally all of them relate back to the book.
Yeah.
I tried to submit one that wasn't related to the book. They yelled at me.
Really yelling. Just a
No,
stern
but that's-
message.
My answer for this is definitely best friend, because my best friends are all awesome and we'd have so much fun. Like, it would just be so fun. You just have like crazy good times all night. Whereas like I feel like with a crush, there's gonna be some level of like, I don't know, will
That's
they,
the
won't
fun
they?
part.
Well, I feel like I choose best friend too because part of the fun of having a crush
Thank you.
is that sort of like tension. And I think I'd rather be able to like have that drawn out over time, even if it was going to turn into a relationship. Like it's fun when it's like there's like that little like one nice moment that you have or whatever that maybe turns into something, like. Whereas if you do it all in one night, that's a lot.
Oh, I would definitely do crush. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, if you're
Sign me
just-
up for that.
If you're there with your crush, you've got a built-in mission, which is get your crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
you're there with your best friend, like I
What
don't
are
know,
you
there has to
gonna
be
do?
some external thing, like, oh no, we have to
I mean, we're
We have
locked
to
in the
save-
school.
save the prom from the Phantom of the Prom.
I found a loophole. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What if my best friend is my crush?
Yeah, I was thinking like,
Yeah.
where does
Not
my
allowed.
husband
It
not
is allowed. I'm choosing best
That's a
friend.
story I would read.
Absolutely not allowed.
That's a story I'd read.
I mean, if your best friend is your crush, automatically don't they just have to reject you in the story?
Friends to lovers is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant good story.
But you wouldn't tell them until like almost morning.
Mhm.
Because you gotta have that like slow burn tension.
Well, and even that
Yeah.
you have to have accomplished something overnight, otherwise you haven't earned their love.
True.
Otherwise, it's just like your personality, whether you're fun to be around.
I'll also say that being best friends with someone and having that go from like just being best friends to being romantic partners, not as much fun as it is in books and movies if you do it in real life. In real life, it's actually quite difficult. Would not do it again, though I do like how it turned out.
It's a huge mistake. I want to take it back.
It's a huge mistake. I want to take it back. I am happy that I now own a house with him.
This also, I appreciate Lauren. We did not ask for would you rathers, but Lauren offered up. Would you rather have legs the length of your fingers or fingers the length of your legs?
Oh, fingers length of your legs, easy. Yeah, you could do all sorts of cool stuff with it. If you have
That's
legs the
true.
size of your fingers, you could do way less stuff because you have little finger legs.
Yeah, it's so
It's just creepy as heck.
if you. I mean, both of them are pretty weird.
The second one's basically a superpower. The first one is it
You're
inhibits
just
you.
very short.
Yeah.
Super
Sorry,
fingers
sorry,
for
just
sure.
smack that one
Well,
down.
I feel like the second one is like then like you're sitting at your desk, whatever, doing a Zoom meeting. No one knows that you have legs the size of your fingers.
That's
So
true.
like, the world is already built like with some amount of accommodation. So if you're thinking like I want to continue to live the most normal life I can, I would take legs the size of my fingers.
So-
But if I'm like, no, if I'm gonna be something really weird, I'm gonna be really weird.
Yeah,
I
you're
am going
basically
for
saying
it.
like the difference between being like superpower versus normal.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the gifs of that like giant enter or return key that you type and you smash the big like
No.
return key? You could have a whole keyboard of those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I just thought about that though. How would we write with fingers that giant?
Oh, that's
Giant pen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
giant.
They have
You'd have
those.
to totally like it'd be so hard to like hit your keys. It'd be like
I know.
I love it.
Okay.
Do we want to do number
Oh,
three?
yeah, wait,
Yes.
how is anyone answering on Twitter? I want people to answer on Twitter too, because I love when there's Twitter polls.
Yeah,
Right,
Twitter polls
with
are a lot of
results.
fun with would you rather's.
Well, let's find out.
Custom
So-
built keyboard. That's smart, Zach. That's
Everybody
correct
chose read over right.
Right?
And
It's
we're-
difficult.
50-50 on best friend or crush.
Nice.
answer.
Yeah.
You guys should have chosen a loophole like me.
We didn't give a loophole option. Okay, next one. Is it this one?
Yeah. All right. So, would you rather lose but make friends, or win but make enemies?
Ooh.
This is like a hard question because it's like on like a competition that's like one day long or like in your life.
Those
if
of us
this
who are
were-
big entrepreneurs know that all winners make enemies.
That's
They're
true.
jealous of.
That's true.
You need to cut out the friends that are just holding you back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, see, for me though, it says win but make enemies. It doesn't say that you're like friendless or like you have no support system. I'm
You
still
do
friends.
have enemies.
That's what I'm saying. Is this like one venture that's just like, I mean, I have other friends, but now I also have enemies.
I say let's take it as like in general for your life, it's gonna be one or the other. So it's not that it's not like you'll never have the other one happen, but more often than not, like overwhelming, we're talking like 65% or more of the time, one of these is the results.
Or even just take it exactly on its face and say, in a single discrete event, what is the better experience? I didn't win, but I won in my heart. Or it's like, I'm going to kill that guy, but
But I
good thing
won.
I already won.
I mean, making friends along the way is a lot of fun, but losing is really demoralizing. But then you have
Yeah.
friends to support you.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, as someone who was never on the best athletic teams, I can say that the fun I had was not playing the game. It was having friends. On the other hand, it might have been nice to win sometime. I couldn't say.
Yeah, as someone who's never won a sport in her life, yeah, I don't know about that. I had fun with friends.
Actually, yeah. I mean, when I think about it that way, I definitely would take lose but make friends, because when you're in that state of sort of always losing but always making friends, you sort of don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
Whereas
true.
if you once you start winning at things, it's like now you have something to lose, and so you always have that pressure of like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll lose this time, maybe I'll lose. I gotta win. Where it's like if you just never win, or if you go into it, because I've definitely done things before where it's like you're on a team that knows you're not going to win,
Yeah.
and going in being like,
We're
this
just
is we're
having a
here,
good time
we're gonna
today.
lose. I am just here to make friends. Like
Yeah.
this is great. Like that is more enjoyable.
Well,
usually.
I mean, it's like that old Seinfeld bit, like where he says, "Do you think the horses would agree to run so fast if they knew what happened if their leg broke?"
Oh geez.
Oh,
They
yeah.
probably just, hey,
Yeah.
let's just take it
Just
easy,
yeah.
guys.
slow down.
I'm
The
not in a hurry.
stakes are not.
Okay, more people want to win on Twitter than me.
Well, they are on
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, on Twitter, everybody wants to win.
Yeah. When you put it that way.
I just
Um,
want to take a side note to compliment, I believe it was Shay, on this choice of balloon.
Yeah, they're great.
Because it's full of glitter,
Yeah.
and so you just roll it and the glitter sticks to the side, and it's endless entertainment.
Also, when you're
10
blowing it up, it like makes little
Yeah, when you blow it up,
effect.
they have food everywhere. It's great. It's great.
Should we move on to our next one?
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather go solo to prom or find out your date was actually a demon?
Well, are they still into you, and are they hot? Because like
Any
a hot
date that
demon.
I'm taking is going to be into me and hot. So the fact that they're a demon doesn't matter.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like nice depiction of demons that I've seen in literature. I'm thinking about like Anya from Buffy.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like if Anya is my date to prom, yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
If big red skinned, cloven hooved, horned devil came, I'd still prefer that than
Then
to
go
go
alone.
on stag.
The two options that I have on Twitter are I'll go stag or demons are hot. So
But yeah, no. Like if you came with a demon, it would be a teen wolf situation. People would think you're cool. If you go alone, they're not going to think about you at all.
And it's true. I mean, it's prom. All that matters is whether or not people think you're cool.
That's
like
true.
That is kind of the entire stakes at that point.
that's true. Yeah. And I don't know if like you find out that your date is a demon, but does everyone else find out that your date was a demon? And if they
I think
do,
so.
is that like a selling point?
I don't
That's
know.
what it is.
I mean, I think about going solo. I don't think I'd mind going solo.
I'd like
I'm
to
excited
try
about the
dating someone
demon.
who wasn't
I'm pro
a
demon.
am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. The demon is not a detriment, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Carrie says Demon Day. I was a fan of Inuyasha.
Yeah, I can relate, Carrie. Exactly. I'm in favor of demons.
I mean, like, the thing is that if we ask that question with vampires, we get a hugely positive return.
Right.
But nobody thinks about the old like Nosferatu version anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Although apparently, I think it's getting remade.
I'm open-minded.
I mean, Twitter, who knows?
We haven't gotten any votes on Twitter yet. People do not have
Then
opinions.
we've got to keep throwing chum in the water. So people latch on. Mom, I know you've got a Twitter account.
What's your might not remember fast
Yeah,
enough.
that is. I think luckily, although I switched phones recently, and there are so many apps I just haven't used yet because I do not remember what my password is.
that is a problem. Okay, well, I think we can move on, even though these will be up for 2 hours on Twitter, so we've got time.
All right.
Obviously, it's the demons.
So would you rather have no friends at all, okay, or all your friends are frenemies?
This is similar to the previous question, the other question.
It's making it sound like people in this group have very fraught relationships.
Yeah. I mean, tension's just so fun in stories.
Yeah.
Like conflict. This one's horrible to think about and makes me sad.
I know.
I do not want frenemies. That sounds genuinely terrible.
It's like both options are like, would you like to have no friends?
Yeah.
So it's like, would you like to have no friends or only people who pretend to be your friends?
Like, would you like to have no friends alone?
Yeah.
Or no friends under like light hostility?
Yeah.
I think I'll go friendless and just hang out in the library. Like, it'll be fine.
I think it would like depend a lot on the time of my life too, because like having a social circle in like junior high and high school is so important that like even when they don't like you, it's still beneficial.
Yeah, I was gonna say in like middle school, high school, I probably did mosely just have frenemies.
Yeah,
Didn't know it.
like the best description I ever heard about that was from the movie Heathers, where he talks about like the Heathers being her friends, and she's like, no, it's more like they're my coworkers, and our job is being popular. And like I definitely have had friends in school before where I was like, yeah, they were more like coworkers. And like once my job was no longer to be at the school with those people, like I never talked to them again.
Yeah.
Similar to
But you
I've
can
had
follow each other
coworkers.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah, you follow each other on social media and never speak to them, but it's nice to know when they have a baby. Like that's all it is. So it's like if I was in high school, I think I'd probably choose the frenemies. But
Yeah.
I
right
choose
now,
frenemies now.
yeah, right now you choose frenemies too.
Yeah, because like you can always ignore them.
Yeah, that's true. You
I
can
don't know.
technically hang out with them and have a
Options
good
at that point.
time, and then just like not hang out with them later.
That's true. Sometimes frenemies are a lot of fun to be around.
Yeah.
Carrie made a
Awesome.
good argument though. Do characters count as friends? Because if all you're doing is hanging out alone in your head with your characters, that's amazing and sounds fun. So
Yeah.
I would be okay being alone.
Yeah.
Because I got my
I
character.
do
I
have
was
to
just
add
saying,
the
with frenemies,
perspective.
you could still be alone.
I do have to add the perspective that as so male identifying in high school, all of your real friendships are based exclusively on being mean to each other. And that's how you bond. So
Fair enough.
All right. That's the beginning of all good friendships.
Yep. Robin said, "I'll take the frenemy. At least some people you can joke with."
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's like
Fine.
sometimes you just want people to like go to a concert with. You don't have to like talk about your deep dark secrets.
well, and it's like having a gang or a team. Like you got even if they don't like you, like it's in their interest to back you up.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, this next question, honestly, is kind of in the same vein.
Before we move on, 75% of people on Twitter said frenemies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Once again,
Strong
Yeah.
opinions.
Twitter audience right there.
All right.
The next one is, would you rather be lab partners with your enemy? Okay, so enemies again.
Yeah.
Or trapped in a dungeon with your crush? Enemies and crushes.
So it's like here's the way I look at this question. If you take away the people, it's like, would you rather just like be in science class, or would you rather be trapped in a dungeon? So first of all, we're talking at that level, but then lab partners, you're with someone that you hate, and dungeon, you're with that crush. And I don't know if a dungeon is better or worse than being trapped in a library overnight or in school.
It depends. I think in terms of narratively getting your crush to like you, the dungeon probably gets you a greater point multiplier.
That's true.
I don't know though. I just realized it's not like my enemy is the only person that can like take action against me. I can take action against my enemy, and
Yeah.
use this lab partner's opportunity to get my revenge.
True.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Mix a few things wrong and have them be the one who looks at it.
Yeah, Jennifer's focusing on the opportunity.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. We have not covered. We've talked about enemies, but we have not covered what we would do to them.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
I think, yeah, I in that light, I think I'm also going to choose lab partner enemies, especially because similar to what Stephen was discussing before, like how long are we in this dungeon, and do I know how long? Because I want to be able to like time a confession of feelings.
Right. Yeah. If you do it in the first 5 minutes and then you're there for 5 years and they say, I just don't feel the same way.
You presumably have to confess right before the execution.
Honestly, if I knew that I was going to be in the dungeon for 5 years, I would definitely do it in the first 5 minutes.
Wait, Carrie said dungeon. I've been in labs with people. I don't like it. It was not fun. But have you been in dungeons? Because it's probably worse. 100% of people so far on Twitter say lab partners.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
think I convinced them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a solid argument.
All right.
They're a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, bring some visual interest to the stream.
All right. We've got a couple more.
Some actual motion.
Yeah.
Mostly just.
We have been sitting here for a while.
Yeah. We could
all
probably
of
do
them
another
around.
pool check.
Yeah, we got to do another pool check in a minute.
Yeah. It's a 3:30 actually.
Should we do a pool check?
Sure. And we
Yeah,
can do
let's
a
do
few
it.
more Would You Rathers after? Okay.
I agree, though, Carrie. Skyrim dungeons are fun.
More aesthetically pleasing, at least.
All right. Here we go. Back outside.
Oh, and the skylight is off the pool.
Oh, nice. Okay. Whoa. Okay.
That looks so gross.
Things are happening. That does look gross.
Okay. Yeah, this looks real gross, you guys.
Oh my
I was
god.
not prepared for how gross it was going to
It
look.
looks like a fish tank. Those
Yeah.
awful plastic things.
Wow. Here.
I
Let's
very
get.
much want to touch this.
Wow.
Yeah, you should. You should. So I don't know. I still don't know if you can tell from the stream, but they're still doing that like globular thing where
Yeah.
they're not perfect spheres.
It's like
They're
it has to like emerge from itself.
Yeah.
It feels nice though. It feels like tapioca balls.
Yeah, it does feel like, it feels
This
like
is
the
a
bottom
giant
of your
boba.
bubble tea.
Also,
Oh.
it looks much better than your hands.
Yeah, no, at the bottom of the pool, it looks like there's a fungus growing.
Yeah, they look very like fuzzy.
That's so bizarre. This literally looks
Oh
like,
god.
like a filthy.
Oh god. Yeah, it really looks like there's like algae growing in here.
And I mean, I feel like I should let this stream know, like, they feel cool. They're also incredibly slimy feeling.
Yeah.
Like, their nature is to feel slimy.
I forgot that I had a fancy on my hand.
Oh.
So yeah, they're weirdly shaped, kind of bulbous.
Oh, this was a great idea. Oh my god. Oh, and this is like they're not even like halfway.
Yeah, because we put them in an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, and they take like 5 hours to get to their full size. Oh,
Yeah,
so
no,
good.
that's super gross. That's weird looking.
Yeah. All right. Well. Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Go back in.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, yeah, I think
Now my
some of
hand's
us
all
will
wet.
disappear underneath.
How do I touch my laptop when my hand is soaked?
Here, Bobby, put it down.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
The one person who could resist the tactile temptation.
Maybe we should probably wash our hands.
Yeah. Probably. All right. You have to keep them company.
Okay. So, what's in the chat saying? Let's see. Oh, they're still. Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote is a lab partner. That sounds fun for usually not the coyote. Let's see. Skyrim Dungeons, how do you dispose of those?
Oh, they are biodegradable. So apparently we could we're not gonna
just
like,
pour them out and
Yeah.
Katrina's
but it's
lawn.
not the worst thing. But the other thing is, so actually, if you leave them without water, they will turn back to their tiny form. So then you can just pack them and reuse them.
Or just put them in a sewer drain, and they'll go and fish will eat them when they're small, and then you get big old fish.
We are not advocating
Yeah,
for this.
it's actually nice to be in a different position. Like there's a lot of not a lot of back support up there, is there?
No, but my legs were going numb on the floor.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, this is a good
So no,
show.
yeah, it's a good. Everybody switch around.
Yeah.
Kristina can be on the couch for a while.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, I'm gonna check what we're at.
Zach reacting to the fact that I can reuse them.
No.
I mean, like, are they potentially just like, can they infinitely go back and forth?
Yeah, I mean they break down. So and you'll see this once they're full like this. So here for everyone on the stream, this is kind of hard to
I'm gonna.
because they'll fall out of my hands. Let's see.
Want to get like a Kleenex or something?
Yeah,
I
like
should
this
put
is
this
the
over-
size they become later. And when they're like this, you can definitely just like smash them in your fingers into a bunch of little bits and then you throw them out. So like as you use these over and over again, they will get destroyed essentially. And so you'll just toss them. But they biodegrade and everything. It's yeah. But yeah, you can reuse them several times. I don't know how great they are. Oh my God, the meatballs are on their way, you guys.
Yay! So excited.
For those in the chat, Shay has this really great meatball recipe that she makes in a crock pot, and she promised to bring them so that we would have meatballs for the second half of our streaming day.
Did she get home from her trip and immediately start making meatball?
Yeah, no, she had everything set up at home, ready to come here.
Oh.
So it's like she got home, grabbed everything, and is now en route. And she'll show up here probably after this stream is over, but she'll get to hang out with us during the break, and then she'll be here for the whole second stream. So, okay. I'm still seeing the answers to our other ones. Make enemies. They're clearly less than me, and now I have friends too. Let's see. Homely would suck for a while.
I've been calling them just water beads.
Yeah.
Squishy water beads.
Water gel beads.
Water beads is the generic name I've heard a lot online. So we could be the road runner with Wile E. Coyote as our lab partner. Sounds fun. I like it. That's such a beautiful, pure look at the idea of enemies too. They're just fundamentally opposed, those two. Samantha wants meatballs.
Yeah,
So
we
do I.
want them too.
Yeah.
We have a couple more would you rather. Should we?
Yeah. Where do we leave off? Or Kristina, which one should we do next?
It's sorry, hold on. It's the one right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I'm just, if you're ready to submit.
Well, I'm tweeting the pool update, but I can post it right after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, would you rather is, would you rather never do anything cool or noteworthy in your life, or accidentally be responsible for bringing about the end of days?
Wow. Really going all out there.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
what-
I meant, would you rather have friends in a swimming pool or have enemies in an airplane?
When I think about that one, it's end of days, so I won't have to live with the guilt for very long.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah. You can just take everyone out of the bank.
Do you know what though? That also means I won't get to do anything anyway. I won't get to do anything other than that. That's cool and
We'll
noteworthy.
do
Yeah.
one cool note.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it doesn't, not necessarily. You could have an incredible life, but it's going to be capped off by kicking off Armageddon.
Okay, so assuming I live like a long, happy, amazing life, and then it just ends that way, I'm okay with that.
I mean, you'd still be responsible. You'd have to do something.
Yeah, but
And
as she said,
presumably-
she doesn't really have to live with that for very long.
No, but even if people aren't going to be mad at you for long, it's never pleasant.
Well, and if I think about it like genuinely ethically, I don't want to do that to the entire planet. So no.
I mean,
But like in
end
a
of-
story sense, yes.
if you're like
This is your chance.
a millenarian or something, end of days is actually a good thing. You get raptured and then everyone else suffers. Yeah, but that's all right. Not a big dispensationalist crowd here, I guess.
Did Shinji write this question? Shinji?
Presumably-
This is your number one fan.
Presumably from Neon Genesis Evangelion, who is Shinji is the main character. He's a little dweeb who is responsible for primarily not causing the end of days, but sometimes causing the end of days. The show is a bit above me.
Sometimes.
sometimes like, are there multiple ends of days?
Yes.
Okay.
There are like 4 different movies with different endings.
Okay.
Yeah, also the ends of days don't necessarily have to be like this is like someone could still save it.
It could be Night Forever.
Oh wait, yeah. All it says is that it
That's
brings
true.
on the end of
That's
days. It
true.
doesn't say that
It doesn't say it
succeeds.
concludes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
But then-
this could
but
be a
then
whole
if
And
end
you
of-
do have to live with
Yeah,
it.
people
Yeah.
would still be mad at
They
you.
know.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was
yeah.
you.
There would definitely be. I would probably have to be killed in the process of saving the world or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, fair. A sacrifice.
I would be the enemy in this story.
Well, unless you like bring it back and then save what you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could end up being the hero.
Yeah,
Just
maybe you
like-
have a redemption arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd still do it. It's way more fun than the other option.
Or maybe they just named the event after you and you're long gone.
I don't know why just now when I was like, you'll have a redemption arc, like, and the thing I thought of was Stanley Tucci in whichever Transformers movie Stanley Tucci was in. There's a Transformers movie where he is like a Steve Jobs character and he invents like a material that can become anything, and I think the material is used by the evil robots.
If only there had been some way to see that
I don't know.
coming.
Yeah. I a while back I watched all of the Transformers movies so that I could watch Lindsay Ellis's video series on the Transformer movies.
I just watched them without ever watching a Transformers movie, and
I have a feeling
perfectly
they probably
fine.
hold up just as well,
Yes.
but
probably a little better.
100% of people on Twitter
The
would rather not do anything noteworthy with their life.
Wow,
I mean,
Twitter.
clearly
Really?
from day-to-day life.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
right there
so-
with you. I'm not.
So Carrie B is on board with the narrative of end of days. I can save everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I'd be happy to cause the end of days because I have the weird like supervillain nihilism anyway, or it's like we'll continue suffering until we are no more, so we should just be no more. But then, like, someone mentioned bubble tea earlier, and I remembered, there is bubble tea.
There's bubble tea in the world, so do I really want to end it?
It's a mixed bag, I guess.
We'll see how you feel when you're sitting in a pool of very cold bubble tea later.
Yeah. You all better be careful.
It's still only 2 people going in the pool, but there's 4 hours left. So.
Okay.
Well, and I imagine that, people will want to do it when it has the most psychological effect on us.
Uh-huh. Wait, I want to turn this off so it doesn't click at us.
Oh yeah, just close it.
Eh?
Sorry.
Oh, yours doesn't.
Do you want me to do it?
How come it? There it is. I'm sorry. You don't have the same hotkeys that I do,
Oh.
and so there we go. Okay, now, yep, there we are.
Excellent.
All right.
Move on.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
All right, would you rather
I like this one.
wake up in a dark, slimy cave or sharp, thorny
I
bushes?
changed this one a little bit.
Mhm.
So I'm waking up in either of these scenarios. One of them is a dark, slimy cave, and the other one is sharp, thorny bushes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they sharp and thorny if you don't move?
Yes, they are.
I mean,
They're
like,
they exist
feel
in
it.
the world. They,
But
Yes.
you're just waking up, so you have the awareness to monitor your movement.
If-
But now you're in sharp, thorny bushes indefinitely.
yeah. Like eventually you are either going to have to live the rest of your life not moving so you don't register the thorns that have already pierced you, or you're going to have to reckon with it someday.
So
But the cave could be full of like bacteria. That's
Well,
like real
so
bad.
I'm in favor of the bushes because in my mind it's like, yeah, it sucks to wake up that way and get out of the bushes, but then you're out of the bushes. Whereas like, how deep am I in this dark slimy cave?
We don't-
How deep can you be in bushes?
That's fair. Are they blackberry bushes?
That's true. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of fighting of evil plants lately,
And you've been using tools and
That's
cheating.
true.
You don't have those in this
yeah,
scenario.
Oh, yeah,
no
you did not wake
gloves,
up
no
with
tools. Ooh,
I don't know though. I'm gonna say bushes because I want to be above ground at all times. Humans
Yeah.
were not meant to be in dark holes and caves.
no spelunking,
That
whatever.
doesn't sound good.
Bushes. You have no idea what that slime is. That is a
That's-
very good
yeah.
point.
I mean,
not here
I
for the
can't.
slime.
There are very few slimes I could think of that wouldn't be more upsetting than in the moment. Like you do get furious when you keep scratching yourself with thorns and you can't seem to fix it. But like long-term trauma, I think just the memory of the tactile sensation of that slime would probably.
Also,
and
like-
you're cold.
Yeah, and I hate having like stuff on me. Like I hate when my hands are sticky and
It's
like
also probably like pitch black. Like you probably don't know which way is up, which way
Yeah.
is out.
Okay. Let's see. Barosky says bushes because you just need to make a person-sized clearing to start with.
That's true.
And
It's hard
Terry
to do in a
B,
cave.
cave,
Yeah.
because I've gone blackberry picking at my grandpa's cabin. Plus, if I'm in a cave, I might meet a dragon.
That's
I like that. Brennan says dark and slimy sounds like cold, so bushes would win for me.
75% on Twitter said bushes, 25% said cave.
Okay.
I mean, as someone who in his drinking days did often find himself in bushes for one reason or another, like that sounds like something I could deal with.
Whose story was this one related to?
That was mine.
Oh yeah. Okay. All of the, for those of you who maybe just tuning in or missed it earlier, all of these would you rathers are based somewhat in the stories that we wrote for boys book clubs and other bad ideas. And so a lot of them, it's like as soon as they read it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Kristina's story or that's Shay's story. And this one was like, wait, which one is this? And that makes a lot more sense.
All right, next one.
Okay, this one's mine. Would you rather hide your shameful young adult literature habit from your bros or try to get them into it?
Oh, definitely try to get them into it.
Yeah, this question's a bit gendered.
I definitely think you should try to get them into it and be like strong and confident in your gender and your interests, and just be a confident bro.
Oh yeah,
Confident bro.
it is always great when you and someone who you don't expect to find a common cultural interest with do
Mm-hmm.
too. So oh, bro, yeah, Sailor Moon's my jam.
Yeah.
Pretty Guardian.
And well, that's the thing is it's like the return on getting a bunch of your bros into your YA habit is so good.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
exponential.
Yeah. So it's like it's
But on the other hand, like obviously we have been through life and chosen our friends carefully. A lot of times they'll just be mean to you. So
that's true. I mean, and now I'm back to just having frenemies, which I already chose.
I guess
so,
I guess I did make the same question as everybody else when it comes down to it.
Robin's gonna try and get them into it.
Good.
Yeah. 100% of people on Twitter are going to get them into it.
Yeah, everybody's gonna.
I really don't want to spoil your story, Stephen.
I know. That's the thing. Is all of mine were intentionally extremely biased for comedic reasons.
You guys are gonna have a lot of fun just reading the story. Then all of you that chose this answer.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're reading through my story, just say I'd be too embarrassed. It's
going backwards. It's still 50-50 on lab partners or dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never had real lab partners. Like,
Oh, really?
did you have like good science classes? I
We-
guess.
so-
Yes,
The thing
university.
The thing that I remember
I
the
should do
most.
science after high school.
Neither did I. No, in high school, I remember specifically during the like dissect a frog unit,
Mhm.
I was super not into that, and I had a lab partner who was super not into schoolwork. So we had a very symbiotic relationship where she did all the frog cutting and I did all of the actual work. And it was
So,
great.
yeah, we
I
did-
felt like that was a very fair trade.
I guess I did have lab partners for pig dissection, but we did less of the lab and a lot more desecration. I think that
Why do you guys have such weird dissections? We had squid dissections, and then we got
How
to
many
make
organs are in a
calamari.
squid?
I had a worm. We
Yeah,
had
we
a
had
worm.
worms. It was
That was middle
so
school.
boring.
Okay, I maintained mine as the best. We got to make calamari afterwards. So
No way.
Ah, no.
Yeah, our teacher
You
brought
had-
in a deep fryer.
So wait,
Hard
if your partner was with glue eating Jeff in there or something like there are reasons you have to get a food handler's permit.
Yeah.
And high school kids already should not be serving. Yeah.
We also did owl pellets.
Yeah, we did owl
Wow.
pellets.
Yeah, where you would like.
Now that's interesting.
Well, the cool part was
if they
like,
fed the owls cool stuff.
well, you took it apart and then you would like
We get to find out.
Yeah,
But,
we
like,
like
would
put
they-
together the skeleton of the thing that they had eaten.
Okay.
It was cool.
Because be like, oh, there's like little bits of like clearly some sort of mouse that this owl obviously ate. And
Yeah.
you're like trying to like put together. It's like it's like you're an archeologist, but for
So-
tiny mice
I
dinosaurs.
did not know that owl droppings were that exciting.
It's
No, they're like hairballs.
Yeah, it's like a
It's a
hairball.
hairball?
Yeah,
It's
it's a
like you
hairball.
kind of pull apart. It's literally like hair and fur,
Yeah.
and then you pull that apart and you find like the
Owl
skeleton.
pellets. I didn't take high level biology, so I didn't get to do the fetal pigs. I mean,
Thank God.
it was. I think a lot of it comes down to funding and just like
Probably.
our church. We had the wreath sale every year. That probably paid for a lot of fetal pigs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember dissecting a worm, and I remember doing owl pellets, and I don't think we ever did anything
Good.
cooler than that.
I did worms
worms.
and
Though-
frogs and.
Though I will say, in terms of like hands-on science,
A
then
lot of reads.
I went from that in high school and junior high to like 100% in another direction when I got to college, and I was a dance major, and part of anatomy for dance was visiting the cadaver lab.
Oh,
Okay, that was part of my
wow.
art class, so
Really?
I can relate.
Yeah,
Never
class just
went
go
to
look
a
at a
cadaver.
book.
that was
How
a
the heck, guys,
transformational
I was in
experience.
science and I didn't get to see cadavers.
But they let all the dancers do it.
You should have been in figure drawing.
But that's the thing. You didn't have to be tricked into participating. You were
That's true.
presumably already into it.
Yeah.
And we were. Shit, how do we get these kids? Want to see a dead body?
Just as an
Yeah.
update, we are almost halfway to a third person having to go in the pool.
And we are 10 minutes away from the end of our initial.
That's true.
Kickstarter.
Was there anything else that
Party.
we had wanted to do in our
Well,
first stream?
IWK83. Not sad about the owl pellets, says Tia's Travels. Which I wish I'd had owl pellets.
Those were cool.
I did not have OCD back then, and I would have liked getting into
Oh,
those.
giveaways.
Yeah, we should.
Oh
probably do
yeah,
giveaways.
okay. So we're gonna wrap up the Would You Rathers. We've got a few giveaways that we're gonna do. Good call.
Did you bring the chai?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that one first?
No. Which one is first?
Take the floor.
To remember.
Can you take the floor?
We did not
My
list them.
bony
So
butt.
Oh no,
anything.
they're on another page.
Oh, they're on the other page. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. We got way too into talking about cadavers. Okay, so we got a few giveaways that we're going to do, and then we are going to take a 2-hour break. We hope that as many of you as possible will come back and hang out with us again, and then hopefully we'll pick up some new people.
Haley left to make food and came back when we were talking about cadavers.
Yes, that is accurate.
That's how writing group often goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I feel like this is a nice window into every Monday.
So there's only 25 of you in here right now, so you've got a pretty good odds of getting being selected for our giveaways. We've got 3 things we're going to give away, and then we're going to give away 3 more things, the same 3 things, but a different version of them. More, thank you.
Yeah.
At our next stream, so you will have another chance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go get one of the candles.
Get each type, guys.
Haley said, "Love the vibe," which again, best compliment you could possibly get. Although I'm pretty sure she's talking about cadavers.
You know, either
Still
or.
compliment.
That is
I'll
the
still take
vibe.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, we are just gonna stall until Katrina comes back
I
with
can
our.
talk about
I mean,
cadavers.
we could do the chai as well, right?
Well, I can show you. Yeah, I'll show you first. This is our signature chai. This is what they sell at our coffee shop that we will leave unnamed. But this is delicious, and you just like pour it in milk, and then like I don't know if you've got a frother, froth it. If not, just stir it.
So the reason behind this is we wanted to do a giveaway for you guys, and we were thinking like, what can we do that embodies who we are? And like, this is the chai that we drank for 6 years while we were writing. Well, except for the last year and a half, like, close enough. We drank it at home.
I mean, the place is still open. You can go by. You just can't sit there for 4 hours.
only
Yeah. But yeah, so
You can't sit.
we've been drinking this chai, and it's like ruined most of us for all other chai because it's so delicious. So this is one of the things we're going to give away: your own canister of our favorite chai.
A new one though. Not that
Yeah,
one.
this is mine. This is the one that it's like, let's see. Yeah, like mostly gone. So we will not send you this one.
Probably.
Oh, it smells so good.
I know.
Increase its value if you've opened it.
That's true.
I do that. I want to get one that I haven't heard.
Oh. Maybe I'm biased. Says, hello, everyone. Did you just join? Because we are about to do the giveaway. So you got here just in time. Cool. So do we want to do the chai giveaway first or the candle giveaway?
Either or.
I mean,
What? Up to
Let's
you.
do the try because we just discussed it.
Okay,
Yeah.
chai. So Maria, do you want to run the, or like,
Can I have
Here.
my paper?
yeah.
Okay.
So this is for chai.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is there's gonna be a question. You just have to write the answer in the chat. And let's say the fourth person that writes the answer is gonna get it. The question.
Fourth answer that posts.
I feel
Yeah.
like that could be timed carefully though, because no one wants to be first.
Well, they can try more than once.
Oh, okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. You
we
can
could also, well, we could also, if it feels more fair, I've got a D8. We could say everybody answer, and then I'm going to roll, and then whichever is the answer is correct.
Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
I will roll this D8. So you want to definitely be within the first 8.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say, do we have more?
Oh,
more
okay. So
answers?
yeah. So we'll ask the question. You give the answers, and then we'll see which number is the winner.
First 8.
Yeah.
Cool. The question. How many stories are in our anthology, Boys Book Clubs and Other Bad Ideas?
Put your answer in the chat.
Yeah.
To that, and it's whatever I roll that's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
So even if you see the correct answer, maybe just put it in again, because we'll take it. We've got at least one answer.
It's your mom.
Is it?
And once again, if you
When
think
was the
Mary
last time you-
Fulkins is correct, you should just say it because you don't know which one is going to be correct.
When was the last time you drank chai, Mom?
Hey, there's always time to start.
I like
That's
Zach being a
true.
little bit of a.
She gets the fancy tea.
Apparently, I'm a
This is
bad
a
friend.
Yeah, I was converted into
Is there
this.
She's dying
caffeine?
to try this chai.
Is there caffeine in the chai?
They have
There is.
uncaffeinated
There's caffeine in the
versions.
chai.
There's an uncaffeinated version.
There are so
That's-
many guys. I have 5 of these flavors at home. Like
Yeah,
it's
they're-
ridiculous.
All right. Well,
Support your mom having chai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We probably have enough, so I'm going to roll. Number 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Robin.
Robin.
Woo.
Robin, you are a winner for a chai. So I think what Robin should do is email.
Email us at 84thstreetpress@gmail.com.
I'm gonna put that in the chat.
She's going to put it in the chat. Yeah.
well, I can also just buy her some chai.
Yeah,
For your mom.
Probably should buy her some chai. It's very good. Okay, email us and tell us
We're
you
just
want the
excited about
chai
Argentina.
and tell us your address so we can send you chai.
Yeah.
Let's make a
Make a note that
Yeah.
Robin won the
Robin.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Now,
the second one is for the candle. Do you want to show off the candle?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm going to write down Robin. So this is our example candle because I happen to have one around. So we were talking before about Wax Lab Candle Company. And so here's an example of one of the candles. And we were thinking what this will probably be, since you might already be buying the book candles, is we basically will let you choose one of Shannon's other candles, like any from her whole selection that we'll send to you. And so like they come in these cool little paint tins, and you can see this one happens
very
to have
pretty.
glitter, so it's very pretty. This one in particular is blackberry sage, which I realize you can't
so
smell,
good.
but it's great.
Yeah.
I can
Um,
smell it.
So this one happens to be what is it, Cheshire Grin, but she's got K-pop candles, she's got superhero candles, she's got anime
Hobbit-
candles.
Hobbit
She's
candles?
yeah,
Oh my god, yes.
so
It's the best.
so very many.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So, question.
The question is, get ready to type. How many stories are in Mistletoe Paradox, our second
This is the
anthology?
second one.
Ooh.
I don't know whether or not have we told them or they just guessed.
We sure did.
We did
Okay.
tell them.
In a backer update at some point, probably.
Mhm.
But if you don't remember, it's a good idea to just start guessing, because once again, it's whoever is correct in whatever number I roll.
Mom's first again.
She.
If you want that
What's going
candle,
on
just
today,
start putting in numbers.
Mom,
Steven's mom.
thank
doing
you so
great.
much for supporting us. We're really glad to have you here, and it's helped me censor my performance knowing you were watching.
Also, I hope you like the quote that we used from you on our Kickstarter.
Yeah.
She
That
did.
I wrote for you.
She did bring it up when we were on the phone, and I said, "Yeah, they have some weird fixation with you." She said, "Oh, I wish I had donated more."
There's still time.
Oh, Haley, we would definitely ship. a
Oh yeah,
candle,
Haley,
candle
you
out.
are definitely able to potentially win. Where did
Yeah.
that go? Oh, there we go.
It's different to promise something on the Kickstarter to whoever might back it, but this one candle can definitely go anywhere that
Yeah.
that the USPS will let us ship
And
to.
we're sorry about like not having it for
Okay.
outside USA.
We've got lots of answers.
It's hard.
The correct one was 9, and we are looking for the fourth person
Okay,
who
let's go
correctly
back
guessed
up.
9.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Lindsay.
Lindsay McCabe, I assume.
McCabe? Maccabee? Oh, hi, Becca. I didn't realize you were here.
Congrats, Lindsay.
Congrats, Lindsay.
You know the drill. Email us.
So yeah, email us and we'll talk you through how to pick your candle of choice, and then we'll get your address and send it to you.
And I put the email up.
So scroll up in the chat to find
yeah.
it.
Mary said, today I actually donated one author in the pool.
Yeah. She
Oh,
made sure
awesome.
someone's getting in the
Well,
pool.
there you go.
Well, we can only hope that it's Stephen.
That's, I suppose I deserve it.
Wait to die, so it's Steven.
All right. Well, we
Okay.
are at time.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go take a 2-hour like dinner and hang out break. And then when we come back, we will show you the progress on the pool. We will see where we're at and how many authors are going in the pool.
There'll be more giveaways.
There'll be more
so
people.
More people. There'll be more people. The more giveaways. So if you really wanted one of the giveaways we got before, there'll be another chance to it.
Yeah,
later.
we're doing another can of chai, another candle, and then we have one more extra super special giveaway that we'll be doing at our second stream.
And you've got more Would You Rather.
And we got more Would You
Yeah.
Rathers.
And I put
So
the
much
more
more could
serious.
advertise.
I put the more serious Would You Rather's, and apparently the like friends or enemies ones in this stream. The Would You Rather's that we're doing in the next stream are a little sillier.
So if you thought any of our answers this time were silly, just wait.
So this was super fun. The next stream is actually a different link. So if you go back to my channel, there's a part 2. So feel free to go check that, or I'm sure it'll let you know in your subscriptions. And also there's a little thing that you can check to remind you that it is happening. Oh, Haley can't make the second one. We'll miss you.
But Becca's definitely coming back. Should we do one final look at the pool
Yes.
before we
As
end
a-
the stream?
Yeah.
Credit sequence.
Good idea. All
Oh,
right.
we had a thank you for starting the stream early. We're glad.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We are here for you guys in other time zones. We definitely wanted to do both to make sure that we were hitting everyone so that everyone could be involved. Okay, how are we feeling about the pool progress? Whoa.
Yep. It's gross
Okay.
looking. Okay.
Here we go.
Here, I'm gonna hold it so you can just like
Okay.
stick your hands in there.
I know it's tough.
It's hard to angle this. There we go. Look at that. Oh my God, it's so gross looking.
It just looks so like brown on screen.
Yeah, it's so very dark on screen.
This is extremely satisfying.
It's definitely an object that is not made to be like the base of a pool. Very clearly.
What
Yeah.
are you supposed to use them for?
Put them in flower vases. I think
They're
at very
also like
least.
just for like playing around with. They're
Yeah.
like they're just sort of like a sensory toy.
Yeah,
So
I think they're also not supposed to be used 128,000 at a time.
probably not.
Very few things are, really.
Okay. All right. This has been super fun. Thank you guys so much for coming to our stream. We'll be doing another one in 2 hours. Try to make it back if you can. It'll be definitely worth your time. And thank you all for helping with our Kickstarter. You're the best. And we love you so much. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. End.